Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through Cambridge International AS A Level Mathematics Pure Mathematics 1 Paper 1970912 May June 2021. Question number 1, A part, express this one in the form 4x plus a square plus b. So completing square format. So what we can do, we can take this equation 16x square minus 24x plus 10, and we can rewrite it like, for example, in 4x minus 3 square format. If we open this square, it will be 16x squared, and minus 3 squared will be like plus 9, and minus 2 into 3 will be 6, 6 into 4 will be 24, so minus 24x, and we require 10. Basically here it is 10. If we compare this one and this portion, this is containing 9, whereas this one is having 10. So what we will do, we will add here plus 1. So now we can compare it, like for example, b value, a value will be what? A value will be minus 3, this one. So what we can rewrite it as 4x minus 3 squared plus 1. Basically, instead of adding plus 1 here, we will add over here. So this will be the format which we have written, 16x square minus 24x plus 10, and this will be, if we compare this one with this, so it will be a is equal to minus 3 and b is equal to 1. This will be the final uh, step. Hopefully you understood this. Now b part, it is given that equation this is equal to k, where k is a constant, has exactly one root. Find the value of this root. So what we can do, we can write b square minus 4ac, exactly one root, it means equal to 0. And before that one, what we will do, we can rewrite this equation as 16x squared minus 24x and plus 10 minus k is equal to 0. So 10 minus k, this will be c value. A value is 16, b value is minus 24, and c value is 10 minus k. So we can write b square, it will be minus 24 squared minus 4 into a is 16, and c is 10 minus k is equal to 0. Further, we can just take square of 24. So in brackets, minus 24 squared will be equal to 576, and minus this will be 16 to 4 will be 64, into 10 will be 640, and minus 4 multiplied by minus k will be plus uh, 64. Basically 16 to 4 will be 64, so plus 64k is equal to 0. Now we can add the like terms. So 64k is equal to 640 minus 576, and 640 minus 576 will be equal to 500. No, it's 640. I've written 6. Okay, so now this will be 64, and so k value is equal to 64 over 64, which is equal to 1. So k value is equal to 1. This is k value which we will be writing, like for example 16x square minus 24x plus 9 is equal to basically, they are saying, where k is a constant, has exactly one root. Find the value of this root. Now this will be equal to 9. Why 9? Because k is equal to 1 and 1 we have shifted to the other side and we got this 9. Originally it was 10 is equal to 1 and we have shifted this 1 to this side and we got 16x squared minus 24x and plus 9 is equal to 0. And now we can solve this quadratic equation mode 5 3 and coefficient of x square is 16 and coefficient of x is minus 24 and constant is 9, so answer will be 3 by 4 and 16. So 3 by 4 and 16, and this is exactly one root, and k value is basically 16. We will be rejecting, this value will be rejected, and this will be our final answer. X is equal to 3 by 4. X is equal to 3 by 4 will be our final answer for this question. Now we can move to next question number 2. Question number 2 says the graph of y is equal to f of x is transformed to the graph of y is equal to 2f x minus 1. Describe fully the two single transformations which have been combined to give the resulting transformation. So we can understand this transformation, basically y is equal to 2f into x minus 1, and this is what, first of all we will understand this 2, and this is basically a stretch. This is indicating stretch by scale factor which is scale factor 2 in y direction. This will be showing the stretch, and this is minus 1. This minus 1 indicates translation by x. It will be moved, like if it is minus 1, so it will be moved 1 unit right, and we can say vector is 1 and 0. So this will be the translation for this one. 3-mark question. We have given this detail. Hopefully you understood this. Now B part says the curve y is equal to sine 2x minus 5x is reflected in the y-axis and then stretched by scale factor 1 by 3 in the x direction. Write on the equation of the transformed curve. So equation of the transformed curve, we have to provide the two important things are scale factor 1 by 3 and in x direction. So it is basically stretch by scale factor 1 by 3. So y is equal to sine 2x minus 5x. This is our equation. So x will be multiplied by reciprocal and change sign, so minus 3, it will be multiplied by minus 3. So we can write this as sine of basically x will be replaced by minus 3x and minus this will be 5 and x will be replaced by minus 3x. So our equation will become sine minus 6x. So minus sine 6x and plus this will be 15x. 5 into 3 will be 15, and this will be our final equation after transformation. Hopefully you understood this. Now this is question number 3. Question number 3 says the equation of the curve, this one, the following points lie on the curve. Non-exact values are rounded to 4 decimal places. A part. Find k giving your answer correct to 4 decimal places. And we can write this equation y is equal to x minus 3 and under root of x plus 1 plus 3. Now if we replace basically this one, x will be replaced by, for example, if x is replaced by 2, so it will be 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3, and under root will be 2 plus 1 and plus 3. If we are replacing x by 2, we will get what we will get. We will get this one. So 3 minus under root 3. This will be basically the value, and we can check with the calculator what will be 3 minus square root of 3 will be equal to this one. In decimal place it will be equal to 1.2679, 1.2679, and this will be the final answer. Now find the gradient of AE. Find the gradient of AE giving your answer correct to 4 decimal places. And for gradient we know the formula m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and this will be what? This will be y2 is 3 and y1 is minus 3 plus under root 3. So 3 and minus under root 3 like this in brackets. So y2 minus y1 over x2, 3 minus x1 will be 2, and these will be the values which we have written. So this will be the gradient. We are finding the gradient for this one. For AE, this is AE. So A and E. E is this value and A is this one. So K value already basically we have taken as this. So AE gradient of this one will be equal to, we can open the bracket. So 3 minus 3 minus under root 3 over 1. So these two will be cancelled and this will be plus basically over here, and gradient will be equal to under root 3, and root of 3 will be what? 3 root of 3 is equal to, we can write in decimal format, which is 1.73205, 1.73205, and for 4 decimal places 1.7321. This will be the final answer for this part. Then they are saying the gradient of BE, CE and DE rounded to 4 decimal places are, these are the gradients respectively. C part, state giving a reason for your answer what the values of 4 gradients suggest about the gradient of the curve at the point E. So if we see the gradient, basically gradient of BC, gradient of BC will be what? BC is it's basically BE, not BC. BE will be what? 1.9748, and gradient of CE will be equal to 1.9975, this one, and gradient of DE will be equal to 1.9997, and if we round them, and we can write rounded answer that it will be rounded to 2, and this one will be rounded to 2, and this one also can be rounded to 2. So the gradient of E, say, state giving your reason of your answer what the value of 4 gradients suggest about the gradient of the curve at point E. So gradient at point E, we can write the gradient at that E is the limit of the gradient of chords basically, and x, when x tends to 3, delta x tends to 0. When x is approaching to 3, delta x is change in x is basically approaching to 0. These are the details which we'll be providing. Now question number 4 says the coefficient of x is in the expression of this one is p, and the coefficient of 1 over x in the expansion of this one is q. So expansion of these two terms basically are termed as p and q, and the condition they have given is p is equal to 6q. Find the possible values of k we have to find. Now coefficient of x, to first of all we will find coefficients coefficients of x in expansion of 4x plus 10 over x raised to the power 3. And what we can write, coefficient of x will be 3c1, so we can write 3c1, and 4x squared basically into 10 over x, and this will be the second term which will be giving us x as power 1. So x raised to the power will be 1 in second term. So we can simplify this. 3c1 is 1 and 4 square will be 16 x squared, so we'll put in brackets, and into 10 over x, and now this x and square will be cancelled, and this will be 16 3s are 48, into 10 will be 0, so 480x. So coefficient of x will be what? Coefficient of x will be 480, and p will be equal to 480. Now coefficient of 1 over x, we can write coefficient of 1 over x in expansion of what is the expansion? Basically 2x plus k over x squared raised to the power 5, raised to the power 5 over here. Okay, so I will separate this like this. Okay, now we can expand. We need the square coefficient of 1 over x. Basically we need a 1 over x, so we will take third term which will be resulting to 1 over x, so 5c2 and 2x raised to the power 3 and k over x squared, and we can simplify. This will be 5c2 will be 10 into 2 cube will be 8x cubed, and k squared over x squared. Now we can cancel this. No, not squared. This should be squared over here because this is already squared, so this will be 4. Now this will be resulting, after cancellation, this will be resulting to 80kx, 80k squared over x, 80k squared over x. Now if we check the coefficient of 1 over x, this will be the coefficient of 1 over x, and we can write q will be equal to 80k squared. This will be the coefficient. Now by the condition of the question which they have mentioned over here, this is the condition of the question, p is equal to 6q. So we can write here p is equal to 6q, and p is what? P is 480 and q is 80k squared. and this will be multiplied by 6 because 6 cube. So k square will be equal to 480 over 6 into 80, which is equal to 480 over 480, 480, which is equal to 1. So k square is equal to 1. This implies k will be equal to plus minus 1. This will be the value. Question number 5. The function f is defined by this one. X is greater than 0, and a part, find and simplify an expression for f of x. So f of x we have to find. First we'll take f of x. So we will take f of x, which is 2x squared plus 3, and this one we can replace x by 2x squared plus 3, so we'll get 2 and x will be replaced by 2x squared plus 3 over here and plus 3, and we can open the square and we can write 4x squared plus 9 plus 6 into 2 will be 12, so 12x squared and plus 3. Now we can open this bracket as well, so 8x squared plus this will be 18 plus 24x squared plus 3, and this will be, we can arrange them in ascending power, so it will be descending power, so 8x squared plus 24x squared, no, this is squared, so this should be 4 over here. We have done mistake because square will be resulting to power 4, and 8x4 plus 24x squared and 18 plus 3 will be 21, so plus 21. This will be the final answer, 2 marks. Now solve the equation f of x is equal to this one. So f of x we already calculated, we have basically found, so 8x 4 plus 24 x squared minus 20 plus 21 is equal to, it's given this one 34 x squared plus 19, and we can shift this one also to other side and we will get 8x raised to the power 4 plus 24 x squared plus 21 minus 34 x squared minus 19 is equal to 0. Now adding like terms, so 8x raised to the power 4 and 24 minus 34 will be minus 10x squared, and plus 21 minus 19 will be plus 2 is equal to 0, and 2 we can take common and cancel out, so it will be 4x4 minus 5x squared plus 1 equal to 0. Now we can put x squared is equal to y, and our quadratic equation will become 4y squared minus 5y and plus 1 equal to 0, and solving this quadratic equation we will get coefficient of y square is 4, coefficient of y is 5, and constant is 1, so values will be 1 and 1 by 4, so equation will become this one, 4 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and values will be what? Values will be y is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 over 4, and y is x square, so we'll write x square is equal to 1 or x square is equal to 1 over 4. So x square, this will be, x will be equal to plus minus 1, and this will give us x is equal to plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So as if we go to the condition of the question, which is saying x is greater than equal to 0, so less than 0 values we will reject these two values, and our values will be 1 and 1 by 2. These will be the two values which we are supposed to find. Hopefully you understood this question. Now question number 6 says points A and B have coordinates this and this respectively. The equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB is this one. Find the value of P and K. So gradient will be what? Gradient of AB is equal to gradient of AB will be equal to 1 by 2. Why 1 by 2? Because bisector, gradient of perpendicular bisector of AB is this one. So gradient of perpendicular is equal to -2. So reciprocal and change sign of this one, we will get 1 by 2. Now we can write over here gradient will be equal to y2 minus y1. So we can write q minus 3, y1 is 3, over x minus x1, so x2 minus x1, so p minus x1 is 8. So and this is equal to 1 by 2. We can cross multiply, so it will be 2q minus 3 in brackets is equal to p minus 8. So we can open brackets, so 2q minus 6 is equal to p minus 8, and we can basically find 2q. 2q will be equal to p minus 8 plus 6, and this will give us 2q is equal to p minus 2. Now this is basically the equation which we will be utilizing, and uh, we can write this one, q plus 3 by 2. Basically y value is what? So if we take this equation, y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So x value we will be replacing in this y value, we will replace, which will be q plus 3 by 2, and x value q y value will be q plus 3 by 2, and this is equal to minus 2 into x value will be what? X value we can replace, x value will be 8 plus q by 2 and plus 4. So this is basically x, and this is midpoint. Basically midpoint, we have taken midpoint 8 plus p by 2 and 3 plus q by 2. This is basically y value, and this is x value. This is midpoint which we have taken, and these are the coordinates of the midpoint. So we have replaced the midpoints in the given equation, and if we simplify, we will get q plus 3 by 2 is equal to, we can rewrite 2 will be cancelled with 2, so minus 8 minus q and plus 4, and this will be q plus 3 by 2 is equal to minus 4 and minus q. Minus 4 and minus q, then 2 we can shift to the side, so q plus 3 is equal to minus 8 minus 2q, and we can rewrite it as minus basically 2q we can shift to this side, so 2q is equal to this is basically, we have done mistake. This should be 8p over here. This was 8p, and we have written over here q. So we will switch this to p, and we will rectify this one over here. This. So this will be q will be equal to minus 2p, minus 8 minus 3 will be minus 11. So this will be our one equation, and this will be our second equation. We'll solve these two simultaneously, and we can write 2q, this equation I'm copying over here. 2q is equal to p minus 2, and this equation I will multiply by 2 and write here. So it will be 2q is equal to minus 4p and minus 22, and we can change signs, and this will be what? After cancellation, this side will become 0, is equal to, this will be 5p and plus this will be 20. So this implies p will be equal to 5p will be equal to minus 20 and p will be equal to minus 4. P will be equal to minus 4 and we can replace this in any of these two equations. So I will replace in 2q is equal to p minus 2. So q is minus 4. So this will be minus 4 is equal to p minus 2. So minus 8 is plus 2 is equal to p. So p is equal to basically we have done again mistake. P value, we have to replace p value, we are replacing 2. So p value is minus 4 minus 2 which is equal to minus 6. So q is equal to minus 6 by 2 which is equal to minus 3. So q is equal to minus 3. This will be the values which will be required. Question number 7. The point A has coordinates 1, 5 and line L has gradient minus 2 by 3 and passes through A. A circle has center 5, 11 and radius square root of 52. Show that L is the tangent to the circle at A. So to understand this question, basically we can draw a circle like this one. Over here we can take a circle and this is basically a line is L, which is a line is L over here, which is tangent over here, and this is the center which is having coordinates 5 and 11, and this one is the radius, and radius is square root of 52, and this is line L, and the gradient is equal to minus 2 by 3, and coordinates of this point are 1 and 5. So this is basically the drawing, and we can figure out the gradient. We can write gradient of OA. Center is, this is basically A point and this is O. So gradient of OA will be 5 minus 11 y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it will be this, so minus 6 over minus 4 which is equal to 3 by 2. So gradient of AB will be 3 by 2. We can write not gradient of OA is 3 by 2. So gradient of we can write gradient of OA into gradient of L will be equal to what? 3 by 2 and multiply by minus 3 by 2. This is the gradient of this line L, and this is equal to minus 1. Therefore L is tangent to the circle, at A, and radius is perpendicular to L, and radius is perpendicular to L. So this will be our answer. Then we can move to the next part, which is B part, and B part says find the equation of the circle of radius 52 square root of 52 for which L is also a tangent at A. So for this one I have drawn a drawing, and to save time I have placed over here, which we can extend like over here. We can extend basically over here. We can select this and we can increase the size, and this is basically the drawing which we can understand. This part of the drawing is what we have already drawn in A part. Now we are having another circle which is this part, which is also touching to this line L. Find the equation of the other line of radius having same radius 52. This is 52 and this is also square root of 52, for which L is also tangent to A. So it is also tangent to A. So radius is same, so we can find basically the distance, and we can write like this: minus 3. If we take this minus 3 and minus 1 as this center, so it will be like minus 3 minus 1 squared plus minus 1 minus 1 2 squared will be equal to, basically we are applying distance formula to check the this one radius, so it will be 4 squared minus 4 squared, which will be 16, and plus this will be 6 squared, which is 36 under root, and this will be equal to square root of 52. So this is how, this is just to show that the points minus 3 and minus 1, how we have taken these points, and we can check from here also this one, like from this point 5 and minus 4 will be 1, and from 1 minus 4 we will get minus 3. Similarly, y coordinate, from 1 we will add 5 to get basically we add 5, this one 11 we subtract, basically 11 minus 6 is 5, so 6 minus 5 minus 6 will be minus 1. So how we have taken these two coordinates. So center will be, coordinates of the center will be what? Center will be minus 3 and minus 1. Now we can write equation of circle. Equation of circle will be x plus 3, x coordinate, plus y and plus 1. Why we are taking plus 1? Because the minus is already there, so we have taken x plus 1 squared and plus y 1 squared is equal to r squared, which is under root 52 squared. So our final equation will be x plus 3 squared plus y plus 1 squared and equal to 52. This will be the final equation. Hopefully you understand this question. Now question number 8. Question 8 says the first, second and third terms of an arithmetic progression are a 3 by 2a and b respectively. So arithmetic progression, for arithmetic progression we know that second term minus first term is the difference, so b minus 3 by 2a will be d, and which will be 3 by 2a minus a. So this will be our equation which we have formed from the first line. Now we can go through the rest of the question where a and b are positive constants. So the first, second and third terms of geometric progression, now this is geometric progression, are 0, 18 and b plus 3 respectively. So we will write equation for geometric progression. Before writing that one, we will form equation from this this equation which we have already written for arithmetic progression. So a, we can shift, basically what we can do, we can shift everything to the other side, and we will get a plus b minus 3 by 2a and minus 3 by 2a is equal to 0. Now we can rewrite it as a basically 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2 will be 6 by 2, so minus 6 by 2a plus b is equal to 0, and this will be what? 1 minus 6 by 2, so 1 minus 6 over 2, 6 over 2 will be basically 3, so we can write this as 3, so this will be minus 2a plus b is equal to 0. So 2a is equal to b. This will be our equation which we have formed from arithmetic progression. Now we can write equation from geometric progression, and b plus 3 over 18, b plus 3 over 18 will be equal to 18 over a. So we can write over here b plus 3 over 18 will be equal to 18 over a, and we can, this implies cross multiply, ab plus 3a is equal to 18 multiplied by 18, which is equal to 18 multiplied by 18 will be equal to 324. So we can write a into b instead of b we are writing this value to a. So 2a plus 3a is equal to 324, and we can write this as 2a squared plus 3a minus 324 is equal to 0, and we can find the solutions for this quadratic equation. And a value is coefficient of a square is 2, and then coefficient of a is 3, and minus 324, and this is equal to 12 and minus 27. So a is equal to 12 and a is equal to minus 27 over 2, and it is given in the question that this is positive, basically positive constants. These are positive constants, right? So we can reject this one because this is negative number. So a is equal to 12. So b value, we can find b value will be equal to 2a, and this is equal to 2 into 12. So b is equal to 24. So a value is 12 and b value is 24. Hopefully you understood this. Now question, same question, b part. Find the sum of the first 20 terms of the arithmetic progression. So a value is what? A value is equal to basically the term. We can write the values, the terms which are provided. First value is a, then 3 by 2 a, and then b. And if we replace the values which we found, a will be 12, and then 3 by 2 into 12, and b value is 24. So 2 6 are 12, so sequence will be, progression will be this one. And if we find the difference is basically adding 6, so plus 6. So d will be equal to 6. Now d is equal to 6, we can write the formula Sn will be equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and we will replace the values. 20th for S20, for S20 this will be 20 over 2 will be 10, and 2a, so 2 into 12 plus this will be 20 minus 1, which is 19, and d value is 6. So 19 multiply by 6, and this will be, bracket will be closed, and we can find basically this will be 10, and this will be 24 plus 19 into 6. So 19 multiplied by 6 will be equal to 114, and we can add these 114 plus 24 and equal to, and multiply by basically 10 will be equal to 1380. So S20 will be equal to 1380. This is the final answer for this part. Now question number 9. Question number 9, diagram is provided. The diagram shows part of the curve with equation. This is the equation of the curve, and the line x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 is this, and y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1 is this. Indication: the shaded region enclosed by the curve and the lines is rotated through 360 about x-axis. So basically this is rotated, this shaded region is rotated, and what we can do, we can understand these points. Basically this point will be what? we can take the coordinates of this point. Y value is 1, so y value will be 1. We can replace in this one. The given equation is what? Given equation is y square is equal to x minus 2. So if y is equal to 1 at y is equal to 1, 1 is equal to x minus 2, so x will be equal to 3. So x value will be 3. We found x value, which is 3, we can write here. So point will be 3 and 1, and this x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 over here, and this will be x is equal to 3 over here. And what else we can find? So this is what next is. We can find we can rotate and basically find the volume. So volume will be what? Volume in case of rotation will be pi integral y square dx. This is basically the formula which we'll be using, and this will be equal to pi, and integral we will be taking from this point to this point. So it will be from 3 to 5. So integral from, this is definite integral, so 3 to 5 and x minus 2 dx, and now we can integrate this. So integral of this will be pi, and this is integral of x will be x squared, so I'll put in brackets, so x squared over 2 minus integral of 2 will be 2x, and the limit will be 3 to 5. Now upper limit first will replace, so pi, and inside will be what? 5 squared will be 25 over 2 minus this will be 2 into 5 will be 10, and now minus the lower limit which will be 3, so 3 squared will be 9, 9 by 2 minus 2 into 3 will be 6, and bracket closed, and volume will be equal to pi, and next is 25 by 2, 25 over 2 minus 10, and this will be equal to 2.5, so we can write 2.5, and this will be, we can 9 over 2 and minus 6 is equal to minus 3 by 2, and it will be multiplied by minus, so it will be 3 by 2, so we can write 1.5, so plus 1.5, and this will be equal to 2.5 plus 1.5 will be 4, so it will be 4 pi. So volume we got 4 pi when we rotate, but we will be rotating this whole from here to this one, so which will be including this area as well. Now what we have to do, we have to subtract this area so that we can find only the shaded area which is required. So volume of cylinder will be what? This will be cylinder, this one will be cylinder. So volume of cylinder is equal to pi r square into h, and h will be what? H will be starting from 3 to 5. So pi r will be, radius will be this one, radius will be this length which is 1. So we will write here volume of cylinder is equal to pi r squared into h. H is 5 minus 3, so this will be equal to 2. 5 minus 3 is 2, so 2 pi r squared, and r is 1, so 1 squared, which is equal to 2 pi. Now if we subtract for the volume of solid, volume of solid will be what? This will be 4 pi minus 2 pi. This will be equal to 2 pi, and this will be the final answer. Hopefully you got this as well. Now question number 10, this is trigonometric functions. Basically we can prove the identity, we have to prove this identity, this one. So we will take left hand side, so left hand side will be equal to 1 plus sine x over 1 minus sine x minus 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x. Now we can take LCM. LCM will be what? LCM will be 1 minus sine x into 1 plus sine x, and now we can write over here, this will be 1 plus sine x and multiply by this denominator, which is also 1 plus sine x, and minus this minus will be over here, then this one 1 minus sine x multiply by this denominator, which is also 1 minus sine x. So this will be equal to what? This will be we can multiply and open this. Basically this will be 1 plus sine x, 1 plus sine x squared, sine squared x plus 2 sine x, minus this will be 1 plus, we can put in brackets basically to avoid any mistakes, so we'll put in brackets. So 1 plus sine square x minus 2 sine x, and denominator we can write as a plus b, a minus b will be 1 minus sine square x, like this one. Now we can open the brackets, and when we open the brackets, this negative will be having impact on the incoming signs. So 1 plus sine square x plus 2 sine x minus 1 minus sine square x plus 2 sine x, and denominator will be 1 minus sine square x. Now cancellations, minus 1 and 1, and sine square x and minus sine square x will be cancelled, and 2 sine x plus 2 sine x will be 4 sine x, and this will be divided by 1 minus sine square x, and this is what? 4 sine x over 1 minus sine square x is cos square x, and this will be equal to 4 sine x over cos x will be tan x, tan x over cos x, and this is what we were supposed to prove, 4 tan x over cos x, and this is equal to right hand side, and we can write left hand side is equal to right hand side, hence this is proved. Now hence solve the equation. Now using that result which we have just done, we have to solve this equation. This side we earlier solved, and we have to solve this one, 8 tan x for 0 to 1 by 2. So 4 tan x over cos x, this is what we just now solved in a part for this one, and this is equal to 8 tan x, and tan x we can cancel from both sides, and 4 1s are 4 and 4 2s are 8. So 1 over cos x is equal to 2, or we can say cos x is equal to 1 by 2, and we can rewrite it as x is equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2, and cos inverse of 1 by 2 shift cos of 0.5 will be equal to pi by 3. In radian mode you will have to check this value, so this will be pi by 3. Now 4 sine x, basically one value will be this one, so 4 sine x over cos x is equal to 8 sine x over cos x. This is the equation. Now at x is equal to 0, what we can do, we can replace here. This will be 4 into sine 0 will be 0 over cos 0 will be 1, so we can write over 1 will be equal to 8 into 0 over 1, so this will be equal to 0 is equal to 0, which is also true, so this value will also be true. So our answer will be what? X is equal to 0 and x is equal to pi by 3. So these two will be our answers. Hopefully you understood this question as well. Now we can move to question number 11. The gradient of the curve is given by dy by dx is equal to this one, where k is a constant. The curve has a stationary point at 2 and minus 3.5. Find the value of k. So to find the value of k, we know that stationary point. So for stationary point, dy by dx is equal to 0, and dy by dx is what? 6 into 3x minus 5 whole square. It's cube, not square. So cube and minus kx squared, we will put equal to 0, and at x is equal to 2, we can replace this. 6 into 6 minus 5, 6 will be 3 into 2 will be 6, so cubed minus 4 k square, x 2 square will be 4, so 4k is equal to 0. Now we can 6 minus 5 will be 1, so 6 minus 4k is equal to 0. 4k is equal to 6. This implies k is equal to 3 by 2, and this will be the k value which we found. Next, find the equation of the curve. For equation of the curve, we have to integrate the given equation. So y is equal to 6, and integral of 3x minus 5 cubed minus k value is 3 by 2, so we are replacing 3 by 2 into x square dx, and now we can integrate this one. So this will be 6. Integral of this will be 3x minus 5 whole raised to the power 4 over 4 into derivative of this will be 3, and we can put basically bracket over here, or we can put bracket over here, and minus 3 by 2 and x cube over 3, and we can put bracket over here, and plus constant, integral constant c. Now we will be replacing for this point 2 and minus 3.5. So 2 and minus 3.5 will be the point which we'll be using. So minus 3.5 is equal to 6 into, this will be 6 minus 5 over 12, and this will be power 4 minus this will be what? This will be basically this power 4 is only for the upper portion. So power 4 we will write bracket over here, this one, and minus this will be 3 by 2, and 2 cubed will be 8 over 3, and this will be equal to this will be basically plus c, and minus 3.5 is equal to 6 2s are 12, and 6 minus 1 will be 1, 6 minus 5 will be 1, 1 raised by 4 will be 1, so this will be 1 by 2, and 3 will be cancelled, and 2 4s are 8, so minus 4 plus c, and c value, we can find c value. So this implies c is equal to this will be 4 minus 3.5 minus 1 by 2, and this will be equal to 0. So c value is 0. Our equation will become y is equal to 1 by 2 3x minus 5 raised by 4 minus 1 by 2 x cubed. So we can write basically x cubed like this. So this will be the final answer for this part. Hopefully you understood this will be the final answer. Now we can move to the next part, which is c part. We have to find the second order derivative, and to find the second order derivative we can write dy by dx is equal to 6 into 3x minus 5 3 minus kx squared. This is the second order derivative, and we can take this is basically the first order derivative. Now we can write d2y over dx squared, and this will be 6 into 3, and 3x plus minus 5 raised by 3 minus 1 will be 2, and derivative of 3x will be 3 minus this will be 2kx, and this will be the derivative. Now what we can do, we can basically write down this one 6 into 3 into 3, so this will be 54 into 3x minus 5 squared and minus 2kx. This will be second order derivative, and if we open the square we will get 54 into 9x plus 25 minus 10 into 3 will be 30, so minus 30x minus 2kx. We will open the bracket, so 9 into 54, 54 multiplied by 9 will be equal to 4 486. So 486 and 486, this should be basically 9x square. So 486x square plus 54 multiplied by 25 will be equal to 1350, and minus 54 multiplied by 30 is equal to 1620x and minus 2kx, and this will be the final answer for second order derivative which we have done. Now D part says determine the nature of the stationary point at 2 and minus 3.5. So for this one, at x is equal to 2, we will check the second order derivative. So it will be second order derivative test d2y over dx square at x is equal to 2, and this will be equal to 54 into, in this second order derivative which we have, we will be replacing x is equal to 2, so we can replace in this basically equation we are replacing. Hopefully you are understanding this equation. We are replacing 54 into 3 into 2 minus 5 squared and minus 2kx, so it will be 4k, and this will be equal to what? K value also we can replace by 3 by 2, so it will be 3 by 2, and this will be 54, and this will be 6 minus 5 will be 1 squared, so 54 minus this will be 6, so 54 minus 6 will be equal to 48, which is greater than 0, so which means this will be minimum. So it will be minimum. Hopefully you understood this. Now question number 12. Question number 12 diagram is provided for that one. The diagram shows a cross section of 7 cylindrical pipes, each of radius 20 centimeter, held together by a thin pipe which is wrapped tightly around the pipes. The centers of the 6 outer pipes are A, B, C, D, E, F. Points P and Q are situated where straight sections of the rope meet the pipe with center A. Show that angle PAQ is equal to pi by 3. So PAQ is which angle? PAQ is basically this angle. PAQ is this angle, and we will use basically angle, or basically we can use r theta, so this will be equal to what? Angle PAQ we can find basically if we take 6 times these angles. This is basically portion of the sixth portion of the circle, so 6 times angle PAQ, angle at Q at A, will be equal to 2 pi, which is complete circle. So this implies what? PAQ angle will be equal to 2 pi over 6, which is equal to pi over 3. So this is how we got this angle as pi by 3. So this angle is pi over 3. Now what else? We can find basically if we multiply this 6 into PAQ angle, this will be giving us complete circle. This is what you have to keep in mind. Now B part is saying find the length of the rope. So length of the rope, how we can find? Length of the rope will be what? Length of the rope is straight section. We can identify the straight sections, and straight section is what? Straight section is basically starting from this point, like for example this one and this one. So this will be straight section, which is 2 times radius, so this is 40. So straight section will be what? B part. Straight section will be 40 multiplied by 6. Straight section is equal, sections is equal to 40 into 6, which is equal to 240. And r theta we can check with r theta is equal to 20 into r is the radius, which is 20 into theta is pi by 3. So total length we can check. Total length will be what? Total length will be equal to 6 times 6 times 40, which is straight sides, and plus this will be 6 times 20 r theta, arc length basically 20 into pi by 3, and we can simplify this. This will be 240 plus this 3 2s are 6, and this will be 1. This will be 40 basically 40. So 40 pi, and if we add this together with the help of calculator, so it will be 240 plus 40 pi, and this is equal to 365.66, 365.66, which is approximately 366, and this will be our answer. Find the length of the rope. This will be length of the rope. Now for C part says what? C part says basically we can go through C part. C part says find the area of the hexagon. So find the area of the hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F, giving your answer in terms of under root 3. So in terms of under root 3, we can first find the triangle area. Triangle area we can find, which is equal to, and which triangle we are talking about. So what we can do, I have basically taken this picture for you. I have drawn this picture for you, so it's better if I explain from here. So I will enlarge the drawing and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is basically the triangle area which we are talking about. Triangle area is equal to what? Triangle area is equal to half into 40 into 40. See, this one is 40, this is 40, and this is also 40. So we are talking about this triangle, this one. So this triangle we are talking about, and this will be, area of this triangle will be 1 by 2 into 40 into 40, and sine of pi by 3. So sine of pi by 3. So sine of pi over 3, and this will be equal to what? This will be 800 into Sine of pi by 3 is under root 3, so under root 3 by 2. This is basically sine pi by 3. We can check also. Sine pi over 3 is equal to this one, under 3 by 2. So we can find basically 800 multiplied by answer is equal to 692. Basically it's 800. This will be 800, or we can write in term, because they are saying write in terms of under root 3. So 2 and this will be cancelled, so 400. So 400 under root 3, this will be the triangle area, and this will be area of hexagon will be having 6 such triangles. So one triangle, second triangle, third triangle, fourth triangle, fifth triangle, and sixth triangle. So area of hexagon will be equal to 6 times 400 under root 3, and this will be equal to 2400 under root 3. This will be the area of this hexagon. Now D part says find the area of complete region enclosed by the rope. So area of each rectangle, area of each rectangle. What is rectangle? Which rectangle we are talking about? This is basically the rectangle, this blue color, this one. Area of this rectangle will be what? This will be 40 multiplied by 20. So 40 is one lengthier side and 2 times radius, and 20 is radius side. So this will be equal to 40 into 20, which is equal to 800. And each sector area will be equal to half into r square theta. So sector area will be r square theta. So these white color sectors we are talking about, this will be 1 by 2 r square theta, which is equal to 1 by 2 radius is 20 square and theta is pi by 3, which we have calculated earlier. So this will be 1 by 2 into 400 into pi by 3, and this will be cancelled to by 200. So it will be 200 over 3 pi. This will be sector area. So total area we will be adding 6 times 800, which there will be 6 rectangles. Then there will be uh, 6 into 200 over 3 pi, which will be 6 sector areas. So we can write here plus 6 into 200 over 3 pi, and plus third will be, which we have found over here, this will be area of hexagon. So 2400 square root of 3. We will be adding these 3 areas. This will be 4800 plus 3 2s are 6, so it will be 400 pi, and plus this will be we can write that is 2400 square root of 3, and we can use calculator to add this. 4800 plus this will be 400, and this will be pi, and plus 2400 cube square root of 3 is equal to 10213 point, this will be 559, which we can write approximately equal to 1021 to 00. This will be the area of this whole sector which is provided over here. Area of whole, basically this shape. So we are done with the paper. Hopefully you understood each and everything, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Also introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Recommend this channel to your friends and class fellows, and don't forget to press bell icon. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.